G'day everyone, it's Kenny from Kent's Paint Shack and doing something a bit different this time. This is my first of probably about 3 reviews that I'm going to do on the Victrix Greek Light Cavalry. So they turned up in the mail yesterday, and that's not too bad from the other side of the world, probably 8 to 10 days. And it can take up to 24 days to get here from the other side of the world, so I was pretty happy. They come in a plastic bag, pretty solid, but that came inside a really decent box. So let's have a wee look. So you get 12 Cavalry in the box set, or in the bag set. Okay, so it comes on 1, 2, 3, 6 different sprues. Got some shields. There's plenty of, well, you think there's 12 from what we got. 3, 6, about 10 different heads on each of these sprues. So there's 30 heads there, and you only got 12 cabs. So you've got plenty of different heads to choose from. The detail on the horses looks absolutely excellent. So obviously there's quite a bit of, well, not quite a bit, you've got to glue a head on here, a few arms. I'll talk about the glues and things that I use for these in the next video. This is just a quick one. So obviously these two here are the same. So we've got 3 different poses. Actually, the belt on here is just, this area here is just slightly different. The arm angle is about the same, throwing a spear, but there's slight differences in the clothing, so that's kind of cool. Let's have a look. And each one of these is the same. So on the back of the card, it has how to attach the different arms, which relates to these letters with numbers, and you'll find they correlate with these on here. So you can, but I'd say I wouldn't be surprised if you can mix and match a bit. Obviously we'll find that out a little bit later. I'll make sure that I read up to start with. There's lots of different options. You can have them holding swords, you can have them holding spears, but yeah, so far just looking at them quickly, I like the variation. And no doubt, now that I've opened them, I don't know if we can get closer and still in focus. Now that I've opened them, I'm going to want to get stuck into these. So my idea is that we'll do this quick video here, and I've already decided that I will attach to this video on what I'm doing as far as gluing them together, what glue that I'm using, and we'll do that. And then in the next video I will do painting them, how I paint them, different colours for different horses, and the clothing and shields. I'm probably not going to use a lot of shields on them because yeah, but we will see. It's all I've never done these before, and I was waiting for them to come out. So yeah, that's that. So that's the first part. 12 light Victrix Greek Cavalry, and if you're thinking of doing these, keep tuned, because over the next week or so I will get these done. Yes, it says that they're made of a hard plastic, which is the same as Victrix always do, and one of the things that I've always found you've got to be careful of is the spears, because they're quite thin. You've got to make sure that, you know, like when you're snipping these off, you snip that part off first, otherwise you'll snap it. It already actually looks like it's been stressed on these two, so that's not a good sign on those bits. Yeah, the plastic's gone white on 1, 2, 3 of them there, which usually means that the plastic's been stressed a little bit. So that's alright. Looks like there's plenty of extra arms and things, and I'm sure we can make it work really good. So cheers guys, and I will maybe even glue those together later on tonight and add a little bit more to it then. Thanks a lot! Okay, so carrying on with the Greek Light Cavalry from Victrix, I've glued the wee suckers together, and they're really nice, eh? So if I chuck that up there, I don't know if that's going to focus or not, but anyway, I decided to actually glue them onto the horses. If they were like Napoleonics and stuff, I probably wouldn't, because of the detail and stuff. But because there's not a heck of a lot of detail, you know, there's a wee blanket and stuff, I decided, look, I'm actually going to glue them on and just make life a little bit easier. Well, you know, I'm really pleased with these guys. The detail in the faces for Victrix figures is always nice, but the detail on the bodies and that is just crisp, clean. Not a heck of a lot of mould lines and stuff, but you do have to be slightly careful cutting some of the horses out. Some of the when you cut the halves out, there's some that there's like only just little bits of legs or feet touching the base. And so when you cut them out, you just want to make sure you don't stress that plastic. I used I got a wee Citadel wee cleaner to scrape the old plastic off, and I used a small hobby knife with a new blade to chop them out. So I was just saying, you know, with when you're gluing your plastic miniatures together, I just thought I'll let you know what glue I use. I use a Tamiya cement. There's lots of different kinds of cements, but I use a Tamiya one. Don't use super glue. If you use super glue, you know, somewhere down the track you'll be playing away with your miniatures. You'll go and bump them, and like an arm will pop off. Where these different cements, they actually, you put a bit of glue on either side, and it actually melts the plastic, you know, together. So, you know, it is together for good. Per normal of Victrix, their spears are thin, really thin, and I just wonder how long it will be before I snap one off. But hey, that's just part of this. I'm sure that even if I did snap it off, I could cut either side and drill it out and put a metal one in. But at the moment, they're all pretty good. I'm really pleased with these guys, and I look forward to putting some paint on them. So that's the end of this first review. Pretty much, I would give them, I'd probably give them about like a 95 out of 100. The detail is just perfect. The dimensions, like of the horse, it looks right. You know how you get some horses and you look at them and you go, that's a shocking horse. But no, they look beautiful, and I do believe they'll paint up really nice. Like hardly anything to scrape off, like the mould lines or anything like. There's virtually no mould lines, just where the plastic it was attached to them that I had to clean up actually. So next video, I'll have them undercoated, and we'll just see what we can do to them. So cheers guys, take care, and let me know what you think. If you're starting these guys as well, let me know. And if there's anything you want me to show in the next, it's not like next part's not a review, it's just like how I paint these suckers. So, but if there's anything you want to know about these guys as I go along, please ask, and I'll try to incorporate it in the next video. Thanks guys, cheers.